diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Tennessee Volunteers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Isaac. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The give to the tailback. Fouls through the defense. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this, this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
Here's the handoff. Turning it on! Tennessee loves relying on the big physical backs like a Jamal Lewis, and this guy fits the mold.
And guys you just didn't want to tackle. I mean, guys that run angry all the time, and it's a mindset. When Tennessee has that mindset, the fans go crazy, and their teams are usually their best squads.
Got the first down, looking for more. They get it, not, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. But you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Going to the run, it's Blunt. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is...
Touchdown! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that script worked pretty well.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start this drive with a pass. He'll pull it down and run. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff. It becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
Off play action on first down. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Across the 45. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Finds his tight end. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give on the inside. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Neyland Stadium, alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Gets it out quickly. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. They emptied the roster, put every receiver they had out there, it seemed, and they were able to pick up enough for the first down.
Yeah, when you do that with all that speed on the field, you spread it out. What do you got to do? Find the matchup. Find the speed advantage with one of my wide receivers. Get that good matchup. Get the easy first down.
Hauls it in. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Sampson. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and get them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, LSU.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Isaac. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Here comes the option. Now the toss. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Got it behind the line. It's down. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. 3rd and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Moses. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Volunteers will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. On his way from around the 50. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Looking down the middle. It's caught. There he goes. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tiger!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here is the Tennessee offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Wants to throw. It's Moses. The sure hands. It's Isaac. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. That's reeled in. It's Cherry. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And this big orange offense getting it done in the passing game.
And great execution by the quarterback. And when you think about Tennessee offense, man, when they got their trigger man, and they've had some great ones, Peyton Manning, T. Martin, and Hooker had an unbelievable run. They find that guy, man, their offenses have been so hard to stop.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Grab near the sticks. It's down. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Vols come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Steps away. They wrap him up. He tried to to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
Finds his man. It's Isaac. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. The play action fake. Working that left side now. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's why you catch it, big fella.
And the ball started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Moving out of the pocket. Lets it go to the end zone. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf, it'll be third down.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
Wants to keep it in the air. The sweet feet buy a little time. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Quarterback may change this route. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Touchdown, Volunteer! Quick strike through the air for the score.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Army dazzled today in just about every phase of the game. And for an institution that's turned out 5-star generals and U.S. presidents, I think they may have their next great leader there at West Point. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ringed out of bounds.
We're only in the first half already. This guy's got 2 TD passes, so you can see the defensive coaching staff on the sideline telling this D-line, guys, we got to get after this guy. We have to affect his rhythm and not let him be so comfortable back there. Right there, they were able to get after him. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Looking left. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
It's complete. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
I love the play call there, too, because second and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Finally, on defense, looks like they're able to break serve here. These offenses have been up and down the field now, these last two drives apiece, scoring points. But the sack right there finally puts an end to that, we think, setting up fourth down. And that might be a major play so far in this game to give them a lot of momentum moving forward.
Back to pass on second down. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pulls it in. It's Herrera. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Isaac. They get him stopped, but the big gain has him on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. And they'll bring it out to the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. He uncorks one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Throwing right. Got his man. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Volunteers will kick it away to start the second half. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance.
He's loose on the right. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, LSU! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll go to the ground. Makes a man miss. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Volunteers can really attack on this second and short. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Vols are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the...
Oh, they're faking it. And they pull it off. He's got it for the first down. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. If the coach saw something, executing it perfectly, called it at the right time, they got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap into the up back, completing the pass. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. And that's just a play that you have got to make if you're going to win this game. You're not going to get a lot of chances like that. You might not get another receiver that open for the rest of the season.
Looking downfield, it's Moses. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
Quarterback had everything he wanted there. He knew pre-snap exactly where he was going. Of course, he was going to be going towards his primary target. He just can't hook up for the completion.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Rice has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside this building that hosted Super Bowl VIII. They're up by 4 over Georgia State. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that with Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. Got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. They got to keep that up here in the second half.
Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Just another big play for this guy who spent the entire game wide open. Couple of touchdowns there, and he moves the sticks again, David.
Yeah, so I'll keep finding him, Reese. I mean, this is the guy that, listen, we're in the second half now. He's already made plays. I know I can trust him, so I'm going to continue to feature him in this offense because I know he'll continue to make big plays.
The Tigers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Trying to get the corner. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleed.
Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. To the ground with the back. Trucks through the defender. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Back to pass, it's Moses. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. Third and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands. Make a quick...
Oh, he's got some space. Russell out of bounds at the 26. A huge pickup on the ground.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Just a little off. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and it just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wide out. Got his man to the left. Makes the grab and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Send the tight end in motion. He'll throw on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Blunt. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. This is a designed run. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown ball! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the 4th quarter.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's going to try to return this one. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings. He'll take a deep shot here. Reels it in down the left side. Here he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Brewer. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. On that last drive, defense had no idea. Breaks into the open. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
I love the play called running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Looking downfield. Got it in the middle. It's Blunt. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Moses. Makes the grab. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield. Pick up 10 and the first down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. They go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Pulls it and fires to the left. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He might want another play. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Moses. Firing to the right, complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
The Volunteers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. The quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. try to get it in with the run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Volunteer! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. On the move from inside his own 20. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Great individual effort on the pass rush there by the defender. And I'll tell you what, good thing he got home because the offense was trying to be aggressive. They dialed up 4 verticals. They were going to take a shot deep down the field. But obviously the quarterback couldn't get rid of the football with that outstanding.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And the extra